This episode is brought to you by Shopify. That's the sound of switching your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling. Harness the best converting checkout and same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Stop leaving sales on the table. Discover why millions trust Shopify to build, grow, and run their business. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech23.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show, and in today's episode, I wanted to talk on, I might have talked on this before, but I might have talked on it on my own point of view, but I wanted to kind of like just talk on the racism that I've seen on the internet for like others, because man, I'm telling you, like, for those that are not heavily involved in the internet, and you really don't know too much about it, and you're like, there can't be that much racism going on, like, what are you talking about? Fam, there's one of these streamers that I follow where our first interaction, it wasn't even like, so what I had said to her was I hope you blow up big one day. And she's a person of color. Like, that's all I'm going to leave it as. She's a person of color, and that's it. All right. I'm not going to say what. I'm not going to, because I don't know exactly, like what her nationality, race, I don't know what it is. So I'm just going to say she's a person of color. But she is a person of color from the Middle East. So I think we can, put two and two together and, kind of have an assumption of like, who she is and stuff. So, no, like I say this literally to every streamer out there. And all I said was, like, I hope you blow up big one day. We are, like, good friends right now and stuff. But, like, that being our first interaction, because her response was, like, what do you mean by that? Like, you mean, like, I blow up in an explosion? Are you saying that because... I'm like, oh, my God. Like, don't set me up like that, please. I didn't mean it like that. No, let's restart. I mean, like, with content. So now, anytime when I join a person's stream and I say that, I'm like, I hope you blow up big one day with content creating. I'm like, I make sure I add that content creating part because, no, like... I would imagine before that, she has dealt with like a crap ton of racism because she's a bigger content creator than me. I'm gonna say that much. She's a bigger content creator than me, and overall, I'm like I just think that it's messed up where it's like we can't even have a conversation with people because like. If you've dealt with something so much when it comes to, like, racism and stuff, if you dealt with it so much, you ain't gonna really know, like, when a person is, like, trying to say something cool or say something. So, like, it could be, I'm trying to think of something. Alright, so, prime example. You could be having a conversation with somebody, and then, or you could just be, like, chilling with a friend, right? And then, you're, playing a video game, and you like that person is like taking a lot of L's or whatever, and then they go on to say like, oh, you people need to calm. And that right there, it's like if they're saying it to a person of color and then that person's like, what do you mean by you people? And it's like people get defensive over that type of stuff. So that's why I'm like, nah, man, it's just what the internet and racism like has become. And it's more so because of the internet. Nobody is really safe when it comes to content creating, man. Like, the amount of times, though, where I've, like, outside of that, where it's, like, those interactions where you don't mean to be racist, but it's, like, you say something that it's, like, the person just don't, like, they didn't fully understand, like, what you were saying and stuff. They try to, if they're streaming, they trying to play a video game and then try to read your message at the same time. So, yeah, it's, like, it's hard for content creators out there. I know at times I'm, like, streaming more so it's like when people and they start asking about my race or whatever, I'm like I just don't want to deal with it. I'm like I really don't want to deal with because I think like I've talked on the racism that I've dealt with. I'm gonna try to avoid talking on it though, but I have talked about it before. And yeah, it's stupid, bro. It's like, it's something where you gotta ask that individual. It's like, what made you a racist? Like, honestly, like, what in this day and age made you a racist? Because I feel like that there are so many things that you can avoid that, that can drive you to that point. But the fact, in 2022, right? you still got people out here becoming a racist. You got people where it's like they feel comfortable saying some racist or derogatory stuff, and it's like, why? Like, my thing is this: what did that individual in that race do to you? And whatever it was, don't take it out on everybody within that race. Everybody ain't did nothing to you, so like it trips me out though. There, it's like some random person, they don't like a black content creator, and they feel like that they need to become a racist. Like, fam, I have gotten comments like that, bro. I'm not even lying. Like, the times I remember, like, back when like the hate was really strong. Here I am like talking on it, but it's just like this one thing, and then that's it. But no, I remember when a person commented on my video and was like, oh, you made me a racist. I'm like, no. Hold on. We're going to backtrack on this one. Whatever videos you watch, no, you already were racist. You were just waiting for your moment to be racist, right? But whatever videos you watched about me, that's on you, bruh. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You ain't never sat down and had no conversation with me. So how are you going to say some stuff like that? And it's like, you don't even know who I am. It's like, and I don't even mean that in like a threatening way, but I mean that more so in a way where it's like, you haven't really sat down and had no conversation. You ain't talked with me. You don't understand like where I'm coming from and all that other stuff. So like that overall, like that's why you're a racist, because you're easily persuaded. It's like and that's what the issue, that's what the issue is with the internet. Excuse me again, but no, that's the issue with the internet, is that people get easily persuaded too much. Where it's like they can't think for themselves. They can't, they go and watch a video and then they think it's funny and they're all like, oh, let me go and say this ongoing joke. And I'm like, that's not funny, bro. That's not funny at all. And it's like, it's crazy how like there's creators out there where they don't mind. Cause like, no, there was this one creator I remember where he wasn't black. And I made a video about this guy, and his fans was like defending him for saying the N-word in his videos. And it's like, fam, my thing is this. I get if you're telling a story. I get if you're, repeating what another person has said or whatever and things. But if you're not a person of color, fam, avoid saying that word. The main motivation behind this podcast episode is because there was a video that I had just seen on Twitter. I retweeted it. It is one of the most wildest videos I had to say I've seen on Twitter in a long time. But so the guy, it was like some like energy service guy. He knocks on this person's door. I thought, because like when I had seen what the caption was, I thought like the dude was like some angry neighbor or something. But how the video starts off, it's like, oh, this guy is kind of like, he's peaceful. I'm like, and the video's about to end, so like, when is the racism gonna go down and stuff? So anyways, he knocks on homie's door and he's all like, hey, like I work for this energy service and I'm just going around knocking on. I'm not gonna say the word, but I'm gonna say a word that rhymes with the word, right? So anyways, getting back to, the beginning of what he said. So he's like, hi, I'm, work for this energy company, and I'm just going around knocking on neighbors. It was so, fam, like, that had to be one of the most awkwardest interactions with the guy, because you know that the guy was black and stuff. Like, well, you don't see him, but you could just tell by his voice, like, no, homie was black. Like, that's not, because if that had been a white guy, he'd just like, oh, whoa, it's like, whoa, wait, what's on your mind, dude? Like, what you out here thinking about? And then they just went on with it. But, like, no, it was so funny because after the guy said that, he tried to, like, play it off like, man, I didn't mean that. That's not who I am. No, come on, bruh. Like, and then you just see where or you don't see the guy, but you kind of, like, you could hear the guy, like, pretty much just close the door in his face. And he was like, all right, bro. And then just closed the door and left it at that. And that guy, he was standing there thinking to himself, like, he took his hat off and was rubbing his head, and he's like, how did I make that mistake? Like, how does one make that mistake? And my thing is this, the internet, okay? Like, when you sit down and think about it, and maybe that guy, maybe he does kind of got like a little racist bone, like, in his body and things. I don't know. I feel like he doesn't. I feel like it was a genuine mistake, but I do feel like that's what will overall happen if a person that talks so much crap online where they saying all these racist things and then they have that one interaction, like, cause that's the one thing, like, you know, with me being a content creator for 12 years, you tend to like pick up like on like people's behavior. And that's one thing that I picked up on is like how people act on the internet versus how they act face to face. And on the internet, they will say all these crazy racist things. They will like go in your comment sections. They'll call you the N-word. They'll call you a coon. They'll call you a porch monkey. They'll call you like every racist derogatory name whatsoever, right? And then as soon as they close their computer, they go out and about. None of that. And I don't know, maybe I could be reading this guy all wrong, alright? Maybe he's not racist, you know? Maybe he ain't doing none of that, like, secretive, like, racist, like, stuff online and things. But I do feel like that would be the same thing that would happen with somebody that is racist online, and then when they do interact with a black person and stuff, and then they accidentally say the N-word, they're like, I didn't mean it, like, no, alright, hold on for a second, like, no, don't do that, don't look at me like that, and it's like, fam, you just willingly said, because no, the thing is, like, I've had conversations with people that are not black, and they don't mind just saying the N-word. They don't actually say the N-word, they just say the N-word. They don't mind that, and I'm like, fam, thank you. I'm like, my thing is this, thank you for just making the conversation less awkward, you know, because I'm like, stuff like that, that's like, how could I place it as an example? It's like when did that moment of like somebody saying the N-word is like, just think of the most awkwardest thing besides that, like, that has happened to you or happened to somebody else, and that's literally what that is, where it's like you tend to like feel a certain way about it and stuff. So and I'm like, fam, the amount of, like, it's just the amount of conversations I've had with people where it's all like, they don't mind saying it, and I'm like, bruh, then there's people out there where it's like, they look at you because, oh, I'm your friend, like, and I'm like, and that's, no, the main place that I blame is the internet. I just feel like the internet just have all these people they got, like, their minds just all messed up, where you have people out there that will literally preach that, oh, it's okay to say the N-word. They say it all the time in those hip-hop songs and those rappers and stuff, and I'm like, that's because that's their way of talking, but I'm like, not every black person. My thing is this, I'm trying to think of the last time I had to say I said the N-word, and I'm trying to think, like, I don't even think I even said it I'm trying to think, if I ever did say it in a conversation, it was a long time ago. I was trying to sound cool, and now in my adult years, I'm like, bruh, if you can fully understand what I'm saying, right? Because I agree, you don't need to say it in every sentence, you don't need to say it in every conversation, and there's other, like, black people that I've talked to where it's like, they don't say it in every sentence. It's literally my family, my own family, and I'm like, we don't say it in every sentence, we don't say it, like, just because, like, it's like some Tourette's habit that we have, or something, it's like African-American Tourette's. We don't have that. We don't just be saying it. We could have a normal conversation without saying the N-word. Plain and simple, alright? So, other than that, it's like, yeah, it's just, there's people out there where it's like, you know, they will hear that, look right past it, and they're all like, well, Kendrick Lamar just said it, and I feel like I should say it. No, that's Kendrick Lamar. That man is black. That man is allowed to say that. You, on the other hand, you're not allowed to say that. And in that argument where people are like, well, I should be allowed to say that. No, I 100% agree. You are allowed to say whatever you want, but just don't go around, because I know you ain't gonna go around other people, because that's one thing that I've always said to people. There's actually the one person that I had beef with, Minnesota Boy, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows who he is, a racist YouTuber that I got into it with. But there's a video I remember that this guy uploaded, and he was like, Minnesota Boy, he was just all out and about. I think the video was recorded like after he did the rant stuff. I don't know when the video exactly, it might have been recorded before, I don't know. But anyways, but no, like, overall, like, Minnesota Boy, I would imagine, like, if a person is racist, like, they're gonna be acting a certain way towards white people, right? Like, that's gonna be something that, like, stems from, like, you know, a while. But like what I said, it's like that they have, like, that backwards energy where it's like, oh, okay, like, you know, overall, like, I'm gonna display that I'm, you know, cool with this white person, but behind doors, oh, I'm gonna be calling them this, and I'm like, fam, it's no, bruh, like, just stop, okay? But no, there was a video that came out of him where he was like, of course, like, he did his white people rant, and then there was a video that leaked out of where he was like shaking hands with white people. He was chilling with white people, and that was even one thing that I remember where it's like he was employed. It looked like he might have been a security guard or something, but I'm like, I guarantee and I promise you that you work around white people. Like, that's 100%, okay? There's not any job unless it's like some African-American only job, but other than that, there is no job in this world, especially on no job like that where you're a security guard. There is no job in this world, okay? Because the two jobs that I've had, you know, which was the cafe and YouTube, white people all over the place. Can't avoid them. Like, yeah, you'll see your occasional person of color and stuff. Majority of it, though, white people. All right, so that's just something that you can't avoid. And I'm like, that's people. It's like the whole racism. This is my advice to everybody. Don't let the internet control your mind. All right, have your own mindset on stuff. Do not let the internet control your mind. Don't let the internet persuade you into thinking a certain way, because it's going to mess your mind up and stuff. You guys could overall, like, you know, listen to what I say, or just don't listen to me at all. Your choice. But at the end of the day, I'm like, hey, it's like, if you really want to, like, my thing is this. If you think that saying the N-word is not racist, approach a group of black people and say it to them. I'm like, and see how they react to it. If they question you about it, and you go up to, like, multiple groups of black people, just go up even to one black person and just say it. Just randomly say it. Just say it at any given point in time. Throw it out there. Like, straight up just curveball them with it and stuff. I promise you, they're going to be looking at you a certain way. There may be that one black person, all right, that they don't have, like, they don't even care. And guess what? That person is crazy, and they are looking for their next victim to make disappear and stuff, so don't be that victim. But anyways, and that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on a podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 43 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. Make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you are purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.